Hello and welcome to Tea is Good, Books Are Better, the podcast where we drink tea and talk about books. I'm Raven.
I'm Jess.
Okay, you... you okay?
Yeah, I'm tired. I'm tired.
Is this too late for you?
I don't know.
It's 7 p.m.
It is pretty late.
Well, we're only recording one episode today.
Yeah, so let's do it.
Damn! Okay, shit. Are we just getting straight into Seraphina today?
I guess. Do you have anything that's new
Um...
since we last spoke yesterday?
Not really, other than the fact that we can pretty much confirm that I'm attracting the stronger killers in Dead by Daylight.
Yeah.
And confirm, that's it. Moving on.
Ooh. Eric and I played again afterwards.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I think we played 2 or 3 games. We won, I think, 2 of the games.
What the hell, dude?
Yeah.
Maybe I should just, watch instead of playing next time. Maybe you, Jake, and
Poor Raven.
Eric can play, and I'll just watch from the sidelines.
Hey, we get better with stronger bad guys, I think.
I guess so. I just don't want you guys to get, discouraged because we keep getting crushed.
Meh. It's not discouraging. It's stressful as fuck, but it's not discouraging.
Okay. As long as you aren't discouraged, then I guess it's fine.
I'm just gonna scream.
Yeah, if you go up against the harder killers right from the get-go, then the killers who aren't as skilled, I guess, become so easy to juke and just deal with generally.
I remember playing with Eric and being able to outrun a killer. No sweat. That's so crazy for me.
You know, another big thing that helps you learn how to escape the killer is if you actually play the killer, because then you get a really good sense of what their vision is and what they can see, what's visible, what's not visible.
Yeah.
Etc. etc. So we could try that with just the 4 of us. 1 of us can be a killer, 3 of us can be a survivor type of thing, and we can all get a look at what being the killer is like.
Oh. You gotta really imagine talking someone's I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you.
Ooh, are you over here? Are you over there?
Less scary.
Yeah. I'm coming for you.
Oh my gosh. That would be funny.
Yeah. Okay, we should try that next time. All right. It's a plan. So what are we drinking today, Jess?
Masala spice black tea.
What? That sounds amazing.
It is. It's Indian tea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's really nice. It's like chai tea, but more spices in it.
Oh
I
my
think
God.
maybe cinnamon or nutmeg or something. It's nice.
Bruh.
Find it in the superstore.
That sounds so good.
Multicultural section.
Oh, okay. Noted.
Or the Asian section. They're the same thing.
Are those not the same thing? They have a multicultural section and an Asian section, and they're different?
No, the multicultural section is the Asian section. It's just Asian.
Oh, okay.
It's Middle Eastern foods and East Asian foods.
Gotcha.
That's it.
Well, I'm drinking an herbal tea called Goodnight Blend.
Ooh. Does it have a little teddy bear on it?
No.
Teddy bear? Okay.
It's caffeine free and it has chamomile, spearmint, lemongrass, orange leaves, orange blossom, lemon peel, rosebuds, and hawthorn berries.
Nice.
Yeah.
Rosebuds, that sounds really fancy.
It tastes very Herby.
Herby?
Yeah, very
Okay.
herby. Why do you sound confused?
What do you mean? Like a herbal tea? Herby?
No, it tastes like I'm chewing herbs.
Huh.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright. I guess, are we just getting into it then? You don't have any updates, do you?
No.
Um, Let me think real quick. I guess I've kind of started, like, my Christmas shopping, I guess, because you mentioned it in the last episode, and since then I've just been, like, stressing about it.
It's nice to get started, like
Yeah,
real early.
true. That's basically what I've been up to for the past week.
Shopping. Online?
Um, no, in store so far. I probably will end up doing some shopping online, but we shall see.
Hmm.
Probably Amazon only because it's fast.
Yeah. Especially with the primes.
Exactly. I like can't really imagine going back to not having Prime.
Right. It was such a good choice
Yeah,
to go Prime.
for sure. Is this becoming an Amazon ad? What the fuck is happening?
Fuck Amazon. Let's talk about Seraphina.
Okay.
What chapter are we on? I'm like flipping through here.
We're on 24.
Chapter
Is that
24?
my chapter? Maybe. Yes, it is.
24.
Okay, where did we leave off our character, Jess?
We left off with Seraphina accidentally telling the Ardmagar that Orma's her uncle. Did we leave off there?
That definitely
Was
sounds
that
like
last
something that
episode?
happened last time,
Okay.
yeah.
And now Orma is on the run because he
Well,
doesn't want to get his mind wiped and to forget Seraphina.
he's not on the run yet, but he's going to be.
He's going to be
So we
on the run.
believe. Yes.
Yep.
And then Fruit Bat like spoke to Seraphina.
Oh yeah, his name is Abdo, I think,
Abdo, yeah.
and we know that he's aware of Seraphina
Mm-hmm.
and her mind, and like he's like an actual person who jumps into her garden, knows that he's in her mind garden, knows who she is.
Yeah.
It's pretty crazy shit.
Yep. And then also Seraphina like has that memory, her mother's memory.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Of
Um
Imblan being a douche.
yeah, and his cabal of hostile dragons.
Generals.
Mm-hmm. Who
Of traitor generals.
exactly? Who
You
are
wanna
all wanting to harm the Ardmagar, we believe.
Yep.
So, chapter 24. Fina doesn't know who to tell about the cabal that's hostile to the Ardmagar. Kiggs is mad at her, and Griselda will question how she knows. But Fina decides she should tell Orma, so she calls him from her spinet in the morning. When he answers, she asks him when he's leaving and says she wants to talk to him. Orma says that Basinde is still with him. Fina thinks it's odd that Orma hasn't been deemed unfit to mentor him, and Orma suggests no one cares because Basinde is pretty useless in the first place. But I don't know, something about that seems like weird to me. Like kind of sus.
About Basint?
Yeah, like why are
Not
they just
being so
gonna
useless?
right? Maybe. They're just gonna leave this dragon who's impressionable, seemingly impressionable with someone who's like technically kind of a criminal?
Yeah, don't dragons hold weird grudge like things towards people with odd family members?
Well, they certainly did with Orma and his family.
Yeah, so like why would they put this new guy with the odd dragon? The
Right.
odd star.
So it's like kind of makes me suspicious. Like, what is actually going on here? Is Basinde actually so useless, or is this like a weird act?
I knew I didn't like him.
He's
Imlan is pussy.
for a character that is so seemingly like useless and pointless, he comes up a lot. So it
Yeah.
like gives me odd feelings about him. And yes, I've read this book before, but that was several years ago. There's a reminder to the audience. So I don't remember a lot.
Would that have been 5 years ago?
Oh, not that long ago. Maybe like 2 years ago.
I thought he said several years ago. Okay.
2 to 3 years ago, maybe.
All right. Continue.
Or maybe a little longer, actually. Maybe 3 to 4 years? Something like that. Anyway, Orma says loudly that he will depart for home in 3 days. But we know
Ooh.
he doesn't intend to go home, so he's clearly saying it for Bessine's benefit.
Mm-hmm.
Fina says she wants to talk to him alone and say goodbye while Orma still knows her. And she hears him, like, choke up at that.
Oh, yeah.
Which is, like, really cute. Oh, Orma. He invites her to town the next day to watch the Golden Plays, but Fina says she can't because she has dress rehearsal for the Treaty Eve concert. So Orma says he doesn't see how they can meet up then, and then just bounces. Like, bruh.
Right.
Okay, bye. Fina knows that if he's fleeing the censors, he can't stay near her, so he will be gone for good when he goes. She might not get a chance to say goodbye. Bruh. As Fina heads to breakfast, she notices people avoiding her. In the dining hall, her musicians won't make space for her on the bench and even pretend not to notice her there. So she just kind of shoves her way onto the bench, which I love.
Mm-hmm.
She shoves her way on there, and then they all like scoot away as fast as possible. So she demands to know what's going on, and one of them says she's given the dragons an excuse for roaming Gored freely, and Griselda an excuse for having them all jabbed. Turns out, Griselda is testing everyone's blood to make sure they aren't rogue dragons. Because if you remember, dragons have silver blood.
Mm-hmm. Gross.
What, silver blood?
Yeah, it seems weird.
It's like the Harry Potter unicorns.
Oh, yeah. Still
Mm.
gross.
What makes it gross?
The fact that it's silver.
But why is that gross?
Hot silver goo coming out of
I guess it's like strange enough that it seems kind of gross and odd.
unnatural.
Yeah. Anyway, Fina's musicians seem to think that she has no intention of getting poked, but she says she'll gladly cooperate, which makes Guntard suddenly stand up for her, saying he knew she wasn't a dragon, which is like so fickle because he was one of the ones who was like
Yeah.
calling her out 3 seconds ago. Fina is shocked that that's the rumor that's been going around, that she's a dragon. Guntard decides he wants to prove to everyone right now that Fina isn't a dragon, so he marches her over to the only two Sars in the hall and has them smell her. Fina just stands frozen as they circle and sniff her. Yeah, sketchy. They're obviously gonna smell like the dragon scales on her. What did you think was gonna happen
like
here?
dragon.
Yeah.
Then goes like, are they gonna rat her out? I didn't really know what's gonna happen.
Mm-hmm. Turns out they tell Guntard she is not a dragon, which shocks Fina.
That's really sus. What? Why?
Why are they saying that?
Yeah, what's their end game?
Well, she kind of thinks about that a little bit. I'll get into it in a second.
Okay.
So, it's obvious that they smelled dragon on her. There's no way that they didn't smell it.
Mm-hmm.
But while Guntard isn't looking, one of them gestures towards the sky, and Fina knows for certain that they lied to Guntard.
Mm-hmm.
So that seems kind of like a camaraderie type of thing.
Yeah.
Like, we're on the same team.
Yeah.
Maybe they assumed she was a Bell-exempt scholar and said nothing out of respect for her work or whatever. Or they hoped she was an unauthorized dragon just to spite the humans.
Ooh.
So, yeah, it was. She believes it's one of those two reasons that they didn't say anything.
I wonder if they're part of the Imlan club.
Ooh, they could be.
Because that's illegal. Illegal SAR hanging out in the city.
But if they were part of Imlan's gang of rogues, why would they protect Fina at all? Because if they told Guntard that she was a dragon,
Mhm.
that would get her, like, she'd probably be arrested or whatever, and that would get her out of the way.
But why would she be in the way if she's illegal?
Wait, what do you mean?
Like, obviously, if she's an illegal SAR, then she has a motive, like an alter motive to sneak in past the Arbigar.
I'm
To
slightly
do
confused. I have
something.
such small brain right now.
Oh. Like, I think, like, if she's doing something, like, she's an illegal SAR, then she's planning on doing something illegal or naughty. Like, why would they be okay with an illegal SAR hanging out?
Because they don't like humans.
I guess.
So
But even the Ardmagar, like wouldn't that be loyal to the Ardmagar to repeat illegal SARs?
to report them?
Yeah.
Uh, Probably. But like, I feel like a lot of the dragons, or maybe not a lot, but some of them, and certainly Imlan's group, believe that the Ardmagar's peace is like bullshit.
Yeah.
So
So if they're not reporting her, then I would think that they're also against the Ardmagar by like being a sneak with her. No?
honestly, I've had a couple drinks and I'm like,
Okay, because I'm getting more and more confused.
I
The more
can't even
confused
think
you
right
get.
now. When
Okay,
I'm
let's skip it.
when I'm editing this like tomorrow or the day after, I'm gonna be so embarrassed by how fucking dumb I sound. But I
Okay.
literally can't think right now.
Okay.
I'm gonna have some tea.
Continue with your chapter.
Maybe I'll add in like an editor's note if I figure out what the fuck I'm trying to say and what the hell you're trying to say.
Or you can just edit it all out.
Just cut the whole thing
And
out.
this is like a whole confused jumble. And we're like,
Bruh. Yeah, that's probably a better idea.
Yeah.
Okay, so later, after choir practice, Viridius tells Fina he wants her to take the next day off to see the Golden Plays. And, wow, hello again, Viridius. Where did you come from?
Right? What happened?
He's just back again out of the blue? What the fuck? Where the fuck have you been?
Right?
We've
No
missed you,
explanation,
Viridius.
and Seraphina is just totally chill with it. Like, what the frick?
Yeah, I don't know. He thinks she's earned a day of rest. When Fina questions him, he admits he's trying to get her out of the castle so she doesn't have to be tested the next day. And it turns out he knew her mother was a dragon this whole fucking time.
Yeah. What?
Fina is terrified by this revelation, but Viridius assures her that he isn't going to tell anyone. He's known this whole time and said nothing. He tells her that he once asked Lynn, Fina's mother, to teach at St. Ida's, and he sponsored her petition for bell exemption. And he sings her praises and even says, if I had any interest in women, even I could have seen my way to loving her. So, confirmed, Viridius is gay.
Who likes Lars?
It kind of seems that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fina asks why he never told anyone about the love affair between her parents, but Viridius says he is a Danite, so he doesn't go criticizing other people's love affairs. Okay, so it's all coming together. So,
One sec. What's a Danite?
well, now we know a Danite is a gay person.
A Danite is a gay?
A Danite is a gay.
Okay. Interesting word.
Well, Saint Dan is one of their saints, so I'm assuming the word stems from him. So maybe he was like a gay saint or something.
But like a weird saint, like like Seraphina's heretic. Like they're like, oh, that's weird, right?
Yeah, I would assume that they're frowning upon that.
Because he seemed kind of like, I'm a Danite, like it's a bad thing.
Yeah, and if you remember, I think Lars also said that he was a Danite previously.
Art. Gosh darn.
Yeah, because I thought that that was the word that meant slave at first.
Oh,
Yeah, but I was wrong. It was a different word that I believed meant slave, but he did say he was a Danite. So wow, Lars is
Wait,
a
two gays.
Danite and Viridius is a Danite, and they're definitely boning.
Two gays.
Okay,
Okay.
so again, Viridius tries to get her out of the castle, but Fina tells him her blood is red, not silver, which apparently is a revelation for him. They do some music together for a bit, and then Viridius tells her he still thinks she should get gone, at least for a while, until the rumors blow over, because she actually has something to hide. So if there are like rumors floating around and people are like poking around and watching her more closely, her actual secret could get out, type
Yep.
of thing. So, that night, as Fina heads to Griselda's harpsichord lesson, she's stopped by a messenger with a note saying the princess requests to meet her downstairs in the laundry room and it's urgent.
Mhm.
Fina is weirded out, but she goes anyway. It stinks of coal, and three grimy men are tending the furnace down there. Fina watches them for a bit while she waits, but she gets an ominous feeling, so she turns away, and a dark horned figure steps into her path.
Dun, dun, dun.
Oh shit. Kinda seems like a trap.
Mhm. Yep,
What?
that was pretty sus.
Yeah, what the fuck did you think was happening here?
I was suspecting that it was a trap. I
Uh
didn't
huh.
have any idea
Mm.
of what was going to happen.
Mm hmm. Mm hmm.
Um, Probably some more civilians trying to snatch her because they think she's a star.
Right?
That was as far as I got with that thinking before I flipped the page, and just kept going.
Yeah. It's a fair guess.
Mm.
Alright. Well, shall we find out what did happen?
Yeah.
Alright, chapter 25.
So she turns and sees Lady Karongi.
This bitch.
This bitch
Uh,
is like, you seem lost, and she offers to lead her to Glyselda.
mm.
As they head back down the hall, Lady Karongi says that she heard rumors of Seraphina kissing kids. Uh,
Who the
who
fuck
the
started
hell?
this rumor?
I can't see Kig sing anything, and there was
No.
no one else there except for Orma and
Bruh.
and
Well,
Papa.
Imlan was also there, and remember, if we're
Oh,
under the impression that he is Joseph, Earl of Apsig,
he's spreading rumors.
he definitely could be spreading rumors.
Oh my gosh, Imlan and Bastien are my two
The two,
rumor spreaders.
the two sus ones.
Uh-huh. Two suspects. I don't like them,
Yeah.
especially this Bastien. What the fuck is he? Okay,
He's like too fucking weird.
too weird.
Hmm.
So she brings Seraphina to an empty laundry room and finds Princess Dion. Dion?
Yeah.
Sounds it's like it's ringing a bell of something familiar. Oh, anyways. So
Mm.
Princess Dion is waiting for her. Hmm. Wait.
You good?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I just missed the part during the whatever. During the hall when they're walking down the hall
What happened?
and Lady Karangi tells Seraphina that she heard that they kissed. She and
Hmm.
Kiggs kissed. Seraphina is like, that's a lie, which pisses off Lady Karongi, and she's tells Seraphina she's an arrogant girl.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Okay, and then they bump into Princess Dion at this empty laundry room.
Hmm.
Uh, Princess Dion orders Seraphina to explain herself, and Seraphina's like, "What?"
The fuck?
Yeah. And Dion's like, "Okay, I was fair." And then Lady Karongi like holds Seraphina in place as Dion pulls out a dagger and freaking slashes her left wrist open.
Can you believe this shit?
Oh my god! Okay, I was fair. What?
Honestly, 0 to 100.
Man, Dion is psycho as fuck.
Right? Like, I remember the first time I read this bit, I was like,
What?
shook. I was like, what the fuck? This is Griselda's mother.
Right? How is she so like kind?
Yeah,
If she has Dion and Lady Karongi like mentoring her.
right?
The frick?
Maybe because of Seraphina, because Seraphina is also one of her teachers.
Aw, in kicks
Oh
with
yeah,
Dion. Eh?
yeah. Kiggs is like all good in the heart too, so
Mm-hmm. It's good
could
dude.
be Kiggs's influence as well as Seraphina's on
Mm,
Griselda.
that's adorable.
Yeah, but Princess Dion and Lady Karongi are both on my shit list now. Like, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
freaking psycho. What the hell? Seraphina screams and falls to the floor, clutching at her wrist, while Dion is pissed that she's human. And Lady Karangi starts shouting that it's a trick. She's tricking us.
Oh my god.
And she starts kicking Seraphina.
Holy fuck.
What? And then, oh, Dame Okra comes out of nowhere.
Thank God.
And it's like, stop kicking her, you bony bitch.
Hell yeah.
She's not a star. So Princess Diana and Lady Karangi like strut out, like heads high, like they did nothing wrong. And then Okra called Seraphina a fool for trusting them and like following them into this empty room.
Mhm. Well,
I
she
would have
didn't
been
though.
fooled. I had no idea they had this in them.
She was
Bro.
kind of caught by surprise though. Like, it wasn't her intention to follow them down to the fucking laundry room and hang out in a dark room with Princess Dion and Lady Karongi.
Right. Dame Okra rushes her out upstairs and brings her to Griselda and Millie, who scream at the sight of her. Millie is Griselda's little friend.
Her little friend.
Is she the girl who like gets her ready?
Like
Like,
a. Oh,
it's on
what's it
her
fucking called?
clothes. Lady in
Handmaid?
wait. Handmaid? Is that who
Wait.
Millie is?
Lady in waiting?
Yeah.
One of those.
Okay. Okra tells them to find help for her arm and then runs off to attend to something. So Griselda calls on the Queen Surgeon, who gives Seraphina 3 glasses of plum brandy to dull the pain, which doesn't work, so he has to stitch her up as she cries.
He's stitching up her wrist. Can you imagine how bad that hurts?
Yeah, and that was a deep fucking cut. That was a big fucking slash.
Mm-hmm.
What the frick, Dion?
This psycho. Honestly, there's no other word for it. She's psychotic.
That is freaking psycho. Oh, now I get Celine Dion. That's why I was like, Dion,
Oh, yeah.
Dion. Anyways, and while Seraphina is getting stitched up, Griselda and Millie are like watching while clutching each other, like all like horrified and disgusted, but they're watching.
I pictured them like all green faced, like, oh god.
Yeah. It's so cute.
Mm-hmm.
So once the surgeon leaves, Griselda asks what happened, but Seraphina doesn't want to tell her about her mother, so instead she says that she was attacked by vigilantes because of the SAR rumors. I'm like, freaking coward, Seraphina, freaking
Okay.
says.
Well, I think she doesn't want like Griselda to hurt.
But she was hurt worse. She was freaking slashed.
Yeah, but that's just the person that Seraphina is. She like will take it all and like
Gross. There's some self-respect, Seraphina. I guess she hates herself because of the scales or whatever.
I hope she doesn't like think she deserves it on some level.
Probably does on some level.
Oh no.
If she just takes it like that and like covers up for her attacker. Frick.
Mm-hmm.
Griselda's furious. She tells Seraphina that they're all supposed to be jabbed, from the queen to the lowest of the low, but the nobles argued against it, so only the commoners have been forced to bleed. And
That's literally so dumb.
yeah.
Like that
I can't imagine like Imlan wanting to hide as a freaking peasant rather than a noble person.
Yeah, so is the Earl of Apsig getting jabbed? No, because he's a nobleman or whatever.
Exactly. The frick. As Griselda's ranting, the booze hits Seraphina in her vision space.
There is like, I feel like sometimes if you're drinking, it can like hit you like a bag of bricks. Like one
Yeah,
second you're fine, and the next second you're like, oh, I'm fucked up.
especially if you're sitting.
Oh yeah. And then you like stand up to go to the bathroom or something.
You're like, bam, I'm hammered. Happens to me a lot. It's a good
Yeah.
holiday game with you guys.
Yeah. Oh, I wish we had recorded that.
No,
Uh.
I'm glad it didn't. We did not. I was pretty upset because I don't really remember that night.
Oh, damn. You were really hammered.
I was. They insist on getting Seraphina out of her bloody dress. Seraphina tries to argue, but she's too drunk, so she caves.
Uh-oh.
But insists on using the privacy screen.
Privacy.
Privacy?
My privacy.
So Millie gives Seraphina one of her dresses, and Seraphina changes. And Griselda gets too excited and pokes her head around and glimpses Seraphina's scales. Oh yeah.
OMG.
Griselda cries in shock and runs to Millie, and they whisper together while Seraphina falls to the ground and silently starts to sob.
And has a heart attack, basically.
Yeah. And she's hammered as fuck, so
Mm-hmm.
she's like really out of there. She manages to pull on the chemise or the underdress.
Chemise?
Chemise, is that what it is?
I don't
Okay.
know. And that's my guess. Chemise?
It's the underdress.
Mm-hmm.
And after a while, Griselda asks if she's wearing a saint's burthen.
Oh, what is that?
And Seraphina's like, oh shit, a way out, and she like snatches it. And it's like, why yes.
It is a saint's birthday.
Seraphina says that her patron was Saint Gertrudis the Heretic. So she wears a silver girdle to deflect heresy. Oh, that was a good lie.
Nice, nice.
They accept this answer and hand Seraphina a red gown.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good save. Dame Ochre comes back and she says that she has someone that takes Seraphina back to safety and asks to speak to Griselda privately. Griselda apologizes for what happened to Seraphina, and as she steps out into the hall, her papa is waiting for her. Her daddy.
I think that's a pretty significant moment when Griselda, like, apologizes to Seraphina.
Yeah.
To me, it kind of seems like Griselda knows it wasn't, like, a girdle. Because what...
Oh. I was wondering if I thought she was apologizing for the attack. Like, I'm sorry this happened to you. So I understood it.
To me, it seemed like she was apologizing for, like,
Sneaking
her having to live her life like that.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that makes more sense.
Let me pull it up just so it makes some sense, maybe. Let's see. Okay, yeah, so Millie and Griselda help Seraphina to her feet, and then Griselda whispers in her ear, "I'm so sorry." And that's pretty much it. So that's what made me think.
Yeah.
It was more about what she is and not necessarily the cut.
Yeah. Apologizing for the burden. The burden of having to wear whatever the frick.
Well, I think that Griselda knows it's not a girdle. I think she knows that it's like scales.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because she saw it and she freaked out, and then she goes to Millie and like whispers, and then she comes back and tentatively asks, "Oh, Seraphina, is that a girdle you're wearing?" So I think, I don't know, to me it seems like Griselda knows and is trying to protect Seraphina.
So that would be really chill up with Zelda. Really chill.
Yeah.
I wonder.
Could be. I mean, I could be wrong. Again, I don't
believe it,
I don't
that
remember.
Makes
But it makes what?
Makes me curious. That'd be an interesting character arc of hers.
I guess we'll find out.
And that's the end of that chapter.
Thoughts?
So my god, she's fucked when her dad came to save her.
Oh,
Uh,
yeah.
she's gonna get some shit. Or I thought she was gonna get in some shit.
What do you think of this revelation of Princess Dion being a total crazy psycho person?
This is more bad guys for freaking Seraphina to deal with. It sucks. Is the queen like this too? She freaking
Right?
psycho.
Like, we don't really know anything about the Queen at this point, except that she was the one who, like, signed the treaty for peace with the dragons.
Hmm.
That's, like, the only thing we really know about her.
I find it super odd that the queen's own daughter isn't really like believing in her ideas about keeping peace with the dragons.
Right.
And like how the queen has not noticed Lady Kurungi and her like racism.
Right.
What kind of queen isn't noticing this shit within her own castle?
Well, I assume she's got a lot of shit going on, but you'd think that she would, like, screen the people who are
Yeah. At least her own
educating her granddaughter.
like her own she should I'm like surprised that she's not even aware of her own kids' belief on dragons. Like they're just gonna like get rid of all she's worked for. And she's not even aware.
But there is also. It has been established that she kind of seems to refuse to believe when people are not supportive of the piece. Because there was. I think Kiggs told Fina that, like, when he showed Orma's coin to the queen was like, it doesn't mean anything. It's nothing. And, like, refused to believe it. Because she doesn't
Oh god.
want to think that people are not supportive of the piece.
Mm,
So she could just be in denial
I guess so.
about Lady Karangi and her own daughter.
It's not very responsible as a queen to be that way, but okay.
Yes, well, queens are humans too.
I guess so.
Not everyone can be perfect. But I guess we'll see what this comes down to in the end.
Oh man.
Alright.
Chapter 26. So Seraphina drunkenly apologizes to her papa on the wagon ride home. Ooh, no cars yet. I guess not. They're all on horses.
Bro, what the fuck?
But like the timeline they're in, it looks like what 17th century style living.
Bless you, Johnny. I think it's supposed to be,
19th century actually.
like,
In the picture here, it looks like 1800s.
I think it's supposed to be Middle Ages.
Oh really?
Yeah.
It's like super fancy Middle Ages.
Yeah.
I guess not. I don't know. It seems like kinda futuristic, but like kinda not. It's a different.
Exactly. Like we've talked about this before. It's a what do you call it? What's that style? Steampunk.
Okay. I thought steampunk was kind of like 19th century, but like with crazy technology. Gears.
Specifically gears. That crazy technology, dude.
Gears and steam.
Yeah, so I'd say this is kind of a mixture of Middle Ages and like steampunk? Question
I
mark?
okay. That. Okay, so they're on the wagon ride home. She's drunkenly apologizing to Papa, and then her dad starts talking about her mother, but how much it hurt to find out that she didn't trust him about who she was or what she was. And he's like, "Who did I love? Who was she?"
Right? He's like, how could I love her if I couldn't see her? Who did I
Mm-hmm.
love exactly? And it's
Yeah,
like,
I mean, straight
whoa.
up to Drake, drunk Seraphina. What?
Yeah.
Damn.
Bruh, that's like too real.
Yeah. So a lot of drunken hazes for like a couple pages. She was pretty drunk.
Mm-hmm.
She wakes up the next morning in her childhood room. She heads to the kitchen where her stepmom and step siblings are. They're all silent when she enters. and apparently her stepmom didn't know she was there. And it's awkward as fuck because apparently they're all weird around each other.
Also too real.
Seraphina,
Also, is it just me? I totally forgot about the step family.
me too. I was not aware there's a step family until this chapter. I was like, oh.
It was definitely mentioned before, but I completely forgot about it.
So Seraphina says that she just arrived and she wanted to get something for her room. So she turns around, packs, and dips.
Mm-hmm.
But before she goes, one of her stepsisters hands her a box and a letter, which is apparently from her father.
Oh.
Her step siblings are much younger too.
Yeah.
They're little children. Little
Chillin'.
children.
So
Yeah,
they're not half siblings, they're step siblings, so they're like just her stepmother's kids, they're not her father's kids?
wait, I think they're her half siblings. I'm
Okay.
pretty sure they're her dad's kids.
Okay, I thought so
What?
too.
Stepmother and half siblings, I meant to say.
Okay.
So Seraphina heads to Orma's apartment, but only Bastien is there. So she's like, okay. And so she heads to St. Ida's, which is the cathedral, I think.
Cathedral.
The cathedral. So I think it's a church.
Mm-hmm.
So the streets are packed for the Golden Play festivities, which sounds pretty fun.
Mm-hmm.
There's tons of like plays going on, like tons of like little theater thingies set up, like sock puppets or little wooden guys, you know. And there's like tons of like street foods, which hell yeah.
Dude, this sounds like a fucking blast.
Right.
This sounds like a medieval fair, and I want to go.
Me too. I want the street food.
Hey, would you go to a medieval fair with
Oh
me?
my god. Oh my god. I think the other day I was listening to a podcast and someone brought up how like they love going to medieval fairs. And I'm like, what the fuck is that? That sounds awesome.
Have you never seen a medieval fair?
No.
Dude, I see photos like not all
Like
the
I've
time, but I've
seen
seen
it.
several photos,
I
and
thought
it
it was
looks
like
like
foreign, like maybe American thing that happens that I would probably never see in my
dude, no, I mean
interested.
I'm sure they're not doing it right now due to COVID,
Of
but
course, yeah.
it's like a thing, dude, and I think they have them somewhere nearby. I feel like I've heard of one near to us.
What? Like in Canada?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
will- Absolutely.
And they have like I think they do like actual jousting and like
What?
well, I'm sure there are like some really epic ones and some like more lame ones, but
Mhm.
the really epic ones will have like actual jousting and like actual medieval food made the way they would make it in medieval times, and everyone's like in their medieval outfits.
I'm pretty sure we all would be down for that. By we all, I mean me, you, Eric, and our SOs.
Yeah.
Awesome. Would you dress up for
Fuck yeah.
that?
Dude, I'll take any opportunity to dress up.
Right.
Any opportunity.
So I love Halloween.
Right?
Oh man. Yes,
Alright.
I will be down if you ever find one here in Canada.
I'll put a bit of research into it and
Cause
see what comes up. I
It's-
doubt there's anything right now, but I mean, who knows?
I would be uncomfortable going to anything right now. Have to wait
Yeah.
down. Wait for vaccinated.
Especially because we have like the new restrictions again.
There's nothing going on.
Yep. No social gatherings.
Hello. I think it was like no more than 8.
No, dude, it's nothing outside of your household.
Oh, frick. Okay.
For 2 weeks, starting last night.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. No social gatherings of any kind. Actually, I think it's only inside private residences, so you can still go like meet people outside as long as it's socially distanced, I believe.
Okay.
I believe. Yeah, but it's definitely like you can't have anyone over who's not in your immediate household.
2 weeks starting now or yesterday.
Starting last night, yeah. So
Okay.
until the 21st at least.
So basically until for the month, whatever. It's just November. Nothing happens this month except for Johnny's birthday.
Oh, when's his birthday?
It's on Thursday.
The 12th?
Yep.
Oh. Oh, we have a Friday the 13th this month.
Woo! Wow! I didn't even notice.
I just noticed earlier today, but that's exciting. And also Johnny's birthday. Very exciting. How old is he turning?
29.
Oh, I forgot he's younger than you. I was like, wait, what?
Only by 9 months. Okay, so she wanders from play to play, watching different saints, because all these plays about saints in their life stories. She passes by vendors selling food, and she sees a group of Pygigaria dancers.
Right? How do we say this word?
Pygigaria?
I wonder if there's a... Hold on. There might be a pronunciation in the back of my book.
Pygigaria. That's probably it. Pygigaria dancers.
Hang on. No, I thought there was like a pronunciation guide in the back of the book, but there isn't. There is a cast of characters, a glossary, and a sample from the next book.
Ooh.
There are discussion questions, which is interesting. I've never seen that at the back of a book. Huh?
Yeah, I think I saw that just like a while ago. I was like, are these questions? I was gonna go through them. Oh yeah, Q&A questions. What
we
the
should
hell?
we should ask ourselves these questions when we're done the book.
Yeah. Rachel Hartman's favorite author. Doors. Oh god, she even has like a list of her favorite authors. What?
There's a Q&A with her, the writer, and then there's also a playlist for the book for like while you're reading.
What? Where is this? I gotta get on that.
It's at the very back. A playlist for Seraphina. Mine's on page
Hell
495.
yeah. 495. No. Doesn't have it for me. She just has the start of the next book.
Mm. And then there's also in mine, there's like a chapter called The Audition, which is like when Seraphina's auditioning to be assistant to the court composer. And it's just like a little story about how that went down.
I have that too. My goodness. That's quite a lot she wrote here. Is it like an extra fun tidbit?
Yeah.
Well, that was quite the
tangent.
Yeah.
Back to Seraphina.
So she sees a group of Pygigaria dancers. Pygigaria dancers?
That sounded Pygigaria.
Pygigaria dancers. And lo and behold, she sees frickin' Abdo slash Fruit Bat.
Fruit Bat!
Dancing with them. Oh my god.
OMG. He's right fucking there in real life.
She like thinks like, oh my god, he's been trying to get to me since the start of this book.
Yeah, she thinks since the start of this book.
So she's gaping at him when someone snatches her arm and pulls her into your alley, and it's freaking Orma. And he's like, what, you want to tell me? Or whatever. She wanted to tell him something, I think. So Seraphina tells Orma about her mother's memory of Imlan concerning with the treasonous generals. And General Akara getting the Gority Knights banished under false pretenses.
Ooh.
Seraphina wonders if Imlan is planning on wiping out the remaining knights and then going after the Ardmagar and then starting a war. Because without the knights, then who's gonna like kill the dragons, right?
Right.
And then Bassine walks into the alley and is
this guy like, fuck off.
Right? He's like, that sounds like treason. he followed Seraphina because he assumed correctly that Orma would come to her.
Bassine is actually the worst.
Yeah, she's Christ. So Bassine is like, I should report you, and Orma's like, do it. He's like, oh fuck. But he requires alone time with his niece, and it's gonna get gross. So Seraphina starts wailing and blubbering and snotting everywhere, and Bassine is like, ew, and he leaves. The entrance up the alley, I think. So while he's like trying not to look at how nasty Seraphina is being, Orma runs away. And then Seraphina starts wailing for reals because she's like, "No, my uncle." And then Bessie notices that he's gone. So Seraphina runs the opposite direction that Orma went, past Bessie into the streets while screaming, "Run, Orma, run!" as if he ran that way.
Right.
And so Bastion starts chasing her, and there's like some Aladdin shit as they run through this
One
alley.
jump into the blah blah.
Like, that's what was going on in my head when I was reading this.
Yeah.
And then they turn like a corner, and they both freeze because they had run into a group of the Sons of Saint Algo.
Oh shit.
Oh, frick. That's scary.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the end of that chapter.
Mm.
These guys are psycho.
Yeah.
So, uh-oh. Kind of feel kind of bad for Bastien now.
Oh yeah.
I got fucked.
Yeah, the Sons of Saint Ogdo are not going to be kind to a dragon chasing a human girl.
No.
Or who they believe to be a human girl.
They're gonna rip him apart, like, for reals.
Yep.
R.I.P. Bastien.
Good night forever, Bastien.
I like him, but this is a harsh way to go. Yeah.
Orma's just fucking booking it on foot. Like, what?
Yeah, he's gone. In the opposite direction, so he's probably won't see him for another few chapters, I'm guessing.
I mean, that's it, right?
He's gone.
He's gone now.
In
now
hiding.
He's a criminal.
Under that freaking oath that John McGar said, kill on sight.
Ooh, Magna Culpa, right?
Shit, how the fuck do you remember that?
It stuck with me. I don't know, because I was like, that sounds badass as fuck.
That's an intimidating word.
Magna Culpa? Hell yeah, dude. I'll Magna Culpa your ass. Be afraid. Be very afraid.
Yeah.
Anyway, I want to get from you, like, overall thoughts at this point. How the story's going, where you think it might be leading, if you're enjoying it.
I am enjoying it. In fact, I might have read ahead just a couple chapters because I got too carried away and it's like, oh fuck, I shouldn't have done that.
Oh my god.
Just before I realized my sin. And I was like, oh, Jessica, you shouldn't be doing this. I got way into it. I was like, damn, this is good shit.
Oh, okay.
So, it's picking up right now, especially. Like, I think things are going to come together. How far am I in the book? Holy shit.
We're nearing the end.
Yeah. So the shit's going to start really coming together now.
Oh, yeah. Shit's gonna go down.
I still think that Dom Earl is Imlad. I wonder if Bastien has ties to Imlad.
Could be. He could be involved somehow.
I don't like him at all.
There's definitely something weird about him, like, still being paired with Orma.
What is going on?
Yeah, it's just something is off. Plus, he's, like, really weird.
He is.
To the point where it's like, the fuck?
Like, with Seraphina getting sick at the sight of him because he just cannot control his human body at all.
Yeah.
Like, the thought, like, of his eyes going freaking everywhere. Chameleon. You're right. It's fucking gross.
Yeah.
So I don't like him.
Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it. How much do we have left?
I'm really interested in Seraphina and Abdo meeting face to face for the first time. She just found him.
Yep. But she, like, pretty much had to leave the second she saw him, so
yeah,
it'll be interesting seeing them
bump into each other again.
Right. They are in the same city, so. And she's been getting all those petitions for, like, the Pagagiria dancers, so maybe she'll have a way of contacting them. And isn't that funny? Do you remember how she kept getting the petitions for the Pagagiria dancers, and that guy at the beginning, like, came up to her in the church or whatever and like was trying to talk to
Yeah.
her about the dancers, and all of this time Fruit Bat was in that group and she kept saying no, 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 no.
Exactly. That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's why she was like, "Oh shit, he's been trying to get to me all this time."
Right? Oh, the irony.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, and we have
Like,
like a quarter of the book left.
yeah, we're almost there.
We are.
Ooh. Is there only one other book?
There's one sequel, and there's also a fuck, what do you call it when it's like in the same world? But I've asked you this before.
Oh,
It's in the same world, but it's a different like character slash story.
oh, that's interesting.
What the fuck is it
I
called?
forget what it's called. I totally forget.
I've asked you this exact. I've said this exact same thing before.
Brain fart.
Bruh. It's like certain words that I
Uh,
just do not stick in my brain. Also, I don't have much of a brain right now, to be honest.
Nice.
Alright. Thank you so much for listening. If you want more of the podcast, please follow us on Instagram. You can follow the podcast at Tigbab Podcast, or you can follow us separately. My handle is Crimby, Jess's is just.egan24. You can also find us on Facebook. Just search Tigbab Podcast or Tea is Good, Books Are Better, and we should show up there. Also, please subscribe to our good friend Baram Barami on YouTube. He's the one who made our jingle, which you heard at the start of this episode, and he's a really cool guy and makes dope stuff, so check him out. And you can also join our Patreon, patreon.com/tea is good, books are better. We have a few different tea-themed tiers with fun rewards, such as behind-the-scenes content, outtakes, and mini-episodes in which we force our brother to watch Game of Thrones, which he hates. So you will be getting something in return for your contribution, and you'd also be helping us improve the podcast with better equipment, but we also just appreciate you listening. And please don't forget to share the podcast with your family and your friends. It is the best way for us to grow. And join us next time for when shit starts to get epic.
Ooh, should something get epic?
Epic. Well, we're gonna get, what are we gonna get?
Oh no. What are we getting?
We're gonna get some Joseph action.
Joseph?
Joseph, the Earl of Apsig.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck that guy.
We're gonna get even more mystery about this motherfucker.
My gosh.
Fina is going to face something that she has not had to face before that is going to shake us. And it's what all of this has been building up to.
Really?
And it gonna be cray.
So, Imlan.
And also, more Kigs.
Oh, yay. I like him.
Me too. So Kigs is gonna make a comeback.
Woo!
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, more Kigs. Oh yeah. Alright. That's it for this one. Thank you so much for listening. Bye-bye.
Bye.